Mrs. Johnson sat at the kitchen table, her eyes fixed on the small clock ticking away on the wall. She was waiting for her son, Tom, to arrive home from college for Thanksgiving. It had been months since she had seen him, and her heart was filled with excitement and anticipation. As the clock struck 6, she heard the sound of a car pulling into the driveway. She rushed to the door and flung it open, tears of joy streaming down her face as she saw her son step out of the car. They embraced tightly, holding each other as if they would never let go. Once inside, they sat at the kitchen table, talking about Tom's life at college, his classes, and his new friends. Mrs. Johnson listened intently, her heart bursting with pride as she watched her son grow into a confident and intelligent young man. As they sat and talked, memories flooded back to Mrs. Johnson. Memories of Tom as a baby, his first steps, his first day of school, and his first football game. She felt a lump form in her throat as she realized how quickly time had passed. "I'm so proud of you, Tom," she said, her voice filled with emotion. Tom looked at his mother and smiled. "Thanks, Mom. I couldn't have done it without you. You've always been my rock." Mrs. Johnson felt tears well up in her eyes as she looked at her son, feeling overwhelmed with emotion. "I love you so much, Tom. You'll always be my little boy." Tom reached across the table and took his mother's hand, squeezing it tightly. "I love you too, Mom. And I always will." As they sat together, holding hands and reminiscing, Mrs. Johnson knew that no matter how far apart they were, the bond between a mother and son would always remain unbreakable.